Hey guys, some of you have asked me in reference to seeing some of the TikToks and some of the LinkedIn videos about edge weapon versus handgun or firearm. And I see people working on, 21-foot rule and they're pulling out their gun and shooting the bad guy. How close could he get? And all this is great. One of the issues as being an instructor in combatives and defensive tactics is a lot of agencies across the U.S. Does not focus on spontaneous edge weapon response. Okay. That being said, they also lack the training on the art of the draw. Okay. It's lost. A lot of officers, they'll get a new holster and they'll be taught a little bit on how it functions and how to retrieve the service pistol from that holster. But agencies don't talk about the art of the draw. Now, back on spontaneous edge weapon response. Okay, this unpacks several disciplines that have to be taught for you to be able to counter an edge weapon. Now, per FBI statistics, most interactions with firearms are between 0 and 10 feet. Okay, if you're lucky, the guy may be across the street and he's producing a kitchen knife or something. But if it's someone who has a folder or a knife in hand already and is accosting you, well, that's very close. So the art of the draw is important, but not as important as being able to defend against that blade into weapon procurement. Okay, which I have to unpack another discipline, placement of your pistol. Okay, small of the bag, appendix, side. Okay, where are you going to draw from? So you have to be able to first defend yourself against that blade into weapon procurement. Okay, which would be drawn of your service pistol, baton, pepper spray, whatever it is that you need to get to. Okay. Now, for law enforcement, is different. It is for a concealed carry. You have to clear the garment, right? Law enforcement, they got a level 2 or they got a level 3. Okay, which is a little bit different. So now they have to do one or two things to get that service pistol out because it's locked into place so that they won't lose it. Okay, now I got to unpack something else. Let's say you were able to draw. If you are accustomed to drawing and punching out, what's going to happen is you're now going to have to, if you're not careful, weapon retention to crisis weapon recovery. 80% of law enforcement and civilians that lose a weapon are typically murdered by them. Okay, so when I was asked, hey, what do you think about knife versus gun? Well, a knife makes no sound, a knife doesn't jam, and a knife doesn't run out of rounds. Okay, but it's a close proximity weapon. Yes, it's great that you have a gun, but if the guy's a foot or foot and a half from you, your gun is useless. And you trying to draw as opposed to defend yourself against that edge weapon is useless as well. Great, you got your gun out, but you got stabbed twice in the process. So you have to, create that cautionary gap or create that reactionary gap so that you can. But unfortunately, in today's world, you can't always do that. So you have to be trained in empty hand defense into weapon procurement. Okay? And again, it's two different disciplines that has to be taught. The empty hand discipline into the art of the draw into weapon procurement. Then once you receive the weapon and it's in hand, do you keep it close to your body? Do you extend? If you train to punch out all the time and the guy's a foot and a half to 2 foot from you and you're punching out, the probability of him seeing it and trying to grab the gun or push the gun away is probably 80% or better. That's what's going to occur. Now you're going to have another issue, weapon retention or crisis weapon recovery. Okay? Which again is another discipline. And depending on if you're trained, because I don't see that training very often out in the field at all. spontaneous edge weapon response, weapon retention, counter weapon recovery, and art of the draw. Those are 3 disciplines. Then there's 4, empty hand. Those 4 disciplines have to work together to be able to go from protecting yourself against that edge weapon or no edge weapon, a punch or an attack, into procurement of your weapon. I did some statistics and I was looking at it. The highest is attacks on officers and on civilians is empty hand. Your body as a weapon. After that is a pistol, and this is in the U.S. After the pistol is an edge weapon. After an edge weapon is a blunt force weapon. Those are the top 4. In the U.S., China and other countries is a knife. Firearms are not in those countries as much as they are here. So the statistics are different. But so that's my view. That's the way I train. I do edge weapon. There's 3 levels that I teach. Some is military, some is civilian, and security and law enforcement. So path of the invading blade, which is designed for military application. Path of the defending blade, which is someone who carries a knife or a folder and someone's attacking you and you know what to do with your edge weapon. And then there's spontaneous edge weapon response, which is someone who doesn't have a knife or a gun, or they may, and you're defending to create space to run or to procure your weapon. Okay, I hope that helps. It's a good topic. There's always opinions either way. All right, peace. So you guys take care, stay safe.